Assalamu alaikum 6th class. Hoping that you all will be good and giving proper time to your studies. Dear students, it's your English class and today it's your third lecture. Okay, I hope you will really enjoy this lecture. Okay, now let's start the lecture. Before starting our main topic, we have to revise our previous lecture. In last class, we have discussed quantifiers. Okay, quantifiers express quantity or amount. Okay, it's usually used with nouns. Quantifiers can be used with both countable or uncountable nouns to express amount or quantity. Okay, here are different quantifiers are given to you. Okay, with uncountable nouns, these quantifiers we can use. For example, much, a bit of, little, a great deal of, a large of quantity of, a little, very little. Okay, with countable nouns, these quantifiers we can use a majority of, a great number of, several, many, a large number of, a number of, and few. Okay, and these quantifiers we can use with countable nouns or uncountable nouns like all, enough, none, no, some, more, most, lots of, less, or least. Okay, now let's start. Dear students, here some questions are given to you. It's your think tank. Okay, these questions you have to think about it. Okay, in next class, inshallah, I will ask to you. Okay, the first question is, do you like hilly areas? Okay, must think it. Okay, and after that do the practice. Okay, it's your speaking practice, thinking practice, and speaking practice. Okay, second question is, where do you like to spend your holidays in summers? Third one, have you ever visited the Murree? Question number 4, which things are famous in Murree? And the last one, share any incident related to Murree. I hope you will really enjoy this activity. Okay, now let's start. Now, dear students, today our main topic is summers in Murree. This chapter, Summers in Murree, actually it is a autobiography. Okay, it is a autobiography. Auto means self, bio means life, and graphy means printed or written. It's mean that an autobiography is information about one's own life written by that one person. Okay, in it tells what that person's life is all about. When writing your own autobiography, use interesting facts to explain as much about yourself as you can. Okay, it's mean that in autobiography you can write your own incident. Okay, in this chapter we will learn these new words. Okay, first word is deforestation. Repeat it, deforestation. It's mean the action of cleaning an area of forest. Second, tracked, traveled, tracked, traveled. Commotion, disturbance, commotion, disturbance. Exotic, very different, exotic, very different. Landslides, earthfall. Okay, dear students, this chapter you have to read it by yourself. Okay, now I will tell you the main things that we have discussed in this chapter. Okay, actually This is, I told you before, it is autobiography in which the writer is saying that when I was a child, I spent my summer holidays in Goda Gully, which was about 25 miles from Islamabad. The climate in the hills was much fresh and cooler. During the way, we saw wild animals like jackal, fox, and exotic birds. When I was about 7 years old, my parents took us to a rest house for spending summer holidays a few miles above Murree in a place called Donga Gully. I will never forget that incident when a panther killed a donkey to our next house. After that, it was killed by the police and 40 bullets were pumped into the unfortunate animal. After that, police action was condemned by the government. Now let's start the question answer. You have to write like this one. First you will write unit number 1, chapter number 2, page number 9 and topic summers in Murree. First question is, how does the climate in the hills compare with that in the plains? The answer is, the climate in the hills is much cooler and clear, whereas the climate in the plains is hot and dusty. Question number 2. What are the consequences of the deforestation? What do you think are some of its causes? The answer is, landslide is a consequence of deforestation. Deforestation is done to obtain firewood, construction wood, and to clear the land for housing and cultivation. Question number 3. How would you describe the feelings of the writer as a boy for the panther that killed a donkey in Donga Gully? The answer is, the writer was thrilled and excited at that event. Question number 4. How did the summer in Ghoda Gully and Murree compare with summer in the plains? The answer is, the summer in Ghoda Gully and Murree was very pleasant as compared with summer in the plains. Question number 5. Why were the hills a magical spot for the writer as a boy? The answer is, the hills were a magical spot for the writer as a boy because its landscape and beautiful locations created magic to keep people spellbound. Last question. What happened to panther in Islamabad and the snow leopard in Chitral? The answer is, the panther in Islamabad was killed, whereas in Chitral the snow leopard was sent back to the wildlife after being injected with sedative. Dear students, now I will assign you the home task. You have to write all words meaning and question answer in your notebook. Okay? For writing in your notebook, you have to follow these instructions. Like you must have to write date and day. Okay? Must write page number, unit number, and topic in your notebook. Draw proper margins in your notebook. Write questions with black pointer and answers with blue pointer. Okay? And must write neatly. Okay, my dear students. Now let's start the review of the lecture. Today we have learned a new terminology, that is autobiography. Okay? As you know that an autobiography is the story of a person's life as told by that person, in which he shares his interesting facts and events. And along this we have learned new vocabulary words like deforestation, tract, commotion, exotic and landslide. Okay? Now, my dear student, it's time to say goodbye to you. If you have any question, any query, You can ask in comment section of the Google Classroom. Have a nice day. Goodbye to everyone.